And right now at 6, cash without conditions, it's an idea gaining steam across the country to help low-income families.
So question, would an extra $500 a month make a difference in your family's budget? Many cities, including Madison, have launched a pilot program to find out.
Ben Jordan takes us 360 to learn how guaranteed income programs work and why Milwaukee's proposal is now in limbo.
These guaranteed income pilot programs vary city by city, but most of them randomly select about 125 families to support for 1 to 2 years in an effort to reduce poverty. Some city leaders started making plans to launch one here, but it's currently stalled without a funding source. Guaranteed income programs come with plenty of support to help those in need, but others struggle with who's footing the bill and how few get the funding. Let's go 360 to hear from a variety of perspectives. Madison's mayor explains how its program got off the ground. Milwaukee's mayor shares where the funds would need to come from to do the same, and Alderman on why he feels it's unnecessary. But we start with two Milwaukee residents at odds about whether it's a good idea.
Go, baby, run through.
Tajana Latson is a mom of a 2-year-old struggling to make ends meet. She would gladly accept an extra $500 a month.
It'll help me with rent, daycare. I can't qualify for anything, so I feel like it'll help me as far as like my child, energy bill, groceries, all that.
Tajana has a job to support her family, but she says inflation and higher rent leave her living paycheck to paycheck.
You can't find a job if you got to pay for daycare. You can't get an extra job when you got to take care of your kids and home. Like, it's not that easy to work 2 jobs.
Sedasia Brown says she isn't for or against guaranteed income, but she struggles with how many people would receive help.
I don't think that would be fair because it's more than 120 or 150 families that are under the poverty line. So I honestly wouldn't think that's fair.
The latest U.S. Census data shows about 25% of Milwaukee residents live below the federal poverty line. That's roughly 142,000 people. Sedasia says she works full-time as a school bus driver to support her 2 kids and keep them well fed.
To me, honestly, it'll also create a path where people will just forget about going to look for employment as well.
Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says her city's program just launched and the process of randomly selecting applicants is underway.
We opened the application period for, I think, just over a week. We received thousands of applications, which I think is a testament to the need in our community. And in particular, the growing need for families to have more stable income.
This whole idea started in Stockton, California a few years ago, and its results found participants spent 37% of the funds on food, 22% on home goods and clothing, followed by utilities and auto costs. Less than 1% was spent on alcohol and tobacco. Mayor Rhodes Conway says 155 Madison families who make less than 200% of the federal poverty line will receive $500 a month for an entire year. That means families of 4 would need to make less than $55,000 a year to qualify. In total, Madison's pilot program costs roughly $930,000 for just 1 year. But Rhodes Conway says none of that money is coming from the city.
One of the reasons that I didn't think we were going to be able to do this here in Madison was because I was not in a position to use city tax dollars to fund a program like this. And so it really was the initial grant from Mayors for a Guaranteed Income that started to make it possible. But then I went out to our private sector and to philanthropy, and I asked them to participate in this, and we got a very positive response.
Milwaukee's proposed guaranteed income plan would allow 125 families at or below the city's median income to get $500 a month for a year and a half. That comes out to about $1.1 million.
I'm open to the idea of a guaranteed income program in Milwaukee. My concern is how we're going to pay for it. That's the issue.
Mayor Cavalier Johnson says unlike Madison, private funding hasn't been secured in Milwaukee.
We don't have them at the city to do it. As long as they were raised in a Milwaukee-specific program, if they were raised privately, that'd be great if they were philanthropic dollars.
Alderman Mark Borkowski's concerns go beyond the funding source.
And people say, well, there's a lot of jobs that pay $12 an hour or $15 an hour. You can't make it. Well, again, if there's a will, there's a way.
Borkowski thinks people should consider getting a second or third job to support themselves or their families. Ultimately, he believes a small number of families who would be selected would leave more people upset than happy.
If you're going to give it to 2 families, then give it to every family, okay? I don't know how you can then divide, all right? I mean, the concept should be all or nothing, all or nothing.
Mayor Johnson says if the private funding is there, he'll sign off on this plan, but he thinks a return of the expanded child tax credit would have a broader impact. Reporting in downtown Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.